Mike Cardano with Roto Experts in the Fantasy Sports Network, and with the NFL season now officially underway and just 2 games remaining in Week 1, it's now time to look at what we've learned. Now, I've been watching the NFL for more than 40 years, and I've been trying to think of players that I've seen who dominate on defense like J.J. Watt. Well, all I can come up with was Reggie Wayne and Lawrence Taylor. Now, comparing anyone to the Minister of Defense and LT may seem like a stretch, but that's the kind of player Watt is. He doesn't just beat people, he makes them look silly. Here's Watt's stat line from Sunday. 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss, 5 quarterback hits, 1 pass deflection, and 1 blocked extra point. He was simply the best player in any NFL game on Sunday and worth every penny of that new contract he signed. We learned that veteran head coach Andy Reid, a noted offensive coaching guru, is not immune to making rookie coaching mistakes, as he let the game dictate his play calling way too early in the flow, resulting in Jamaal Charles getting just 11 touches on the day, totaling an underwhelming 34 yards. We learned that many of you are already overrating Jaguars' undrafted rookie receiver Allen Hurns, dropping players that you shouldn't to pick him up. We learned that so many of us devalued Knowshon Marino because he was no longer in Peyton Manning's offense and deemed not healthy, and we misjudged the entire situation surrounding him. He was the 3rd highest scoring running back this week, and that was without catching a ball. We learned that Le'Veon Bell was a 2nd-round steal in most fantasy leagues. He's a very well-rounded player, able to help your fantasy team both on the ground and in the air. We learned that while as a general rule, you always play your studs, but it's not the most insane strategy in the world to sit one against a known or expected tough matchup if you have depth on your roster with matchups that you can exploit and take advantage of. Now, those of you who sat Doug Martin against the Panthers for Chris Ivory or Chris Johnson against the Raiders, or even Aaron Rodgers against the Seahawks in Seattle for Andy Dalton or Jay Cutler, you were rewarded. We learned that while Rob Gronkowski isn't really healthy enough to be a game changer at the moment, that doesn't mean that he still can't contribute in fantasy. We learned that, as expected, teams are going to in fact have a very tough time running the ball against the New York Jets. We learned that you need to have both Saints and Falcons offensive players active whenever they play each other in a dome, which is every time they play. We learned that the hype that came with rookie receivers Kelvin Benjamin and Brandon Cooks appears warranted, as they certainly look like they can come in and contribute to their teams and fantasy owners right away. And we learned that the Colts are not afraid to let Andrew Luck throw the ball 80% of the time, giving fantasy owners the opportunity to rack up points on a weekly basis. All right, we've got 2 Monday night games this evening, so hopefully some of you can pull one out of the fire. Now, if you've got questions for Week 2, shoot me a note on Twitter at Mike Cardano, and I'll see if I can give you some advice that doesn't screw you up too much. Enjoy the games tonight, everyone. I'll see you right back here tomorrow on the Fantasy Sports Network.